So I haven't done this before, but I wanted to make a YouTube video about my tool bag and everything that's in it. I'll kind of go through what's in it and why it's in there and maybe why I like a certain tool. I just got this bag right here about 2 weeks ago. It's a Toughbuilt. It's on rollers. Before I was using a Milwaukee pack-out bag that wasn't on rollers, and it got up to about 60 pounds, and it was getting too heavy to carry around. So I switched to this, and I think I like it so far. All right, I guess I'll just start unloading stuff and telling you about it. First thing is, I've got the Milwaukee Impact. It's fuel, it's beat up and old, but I've got these high output batteries, and they make a huge difference, just gigantic difference on everything. So that's all I'm using anymore is the high output batteries. Keep the Phillips bit on there and have the T25 on the side. For my job, kind of a jack of all trades. We just do something different every day. Sometimes it's plumbing, sometimes it's electrical. Got some Milwaukee lineman pliers. Set of Milwaukee screwdrivers, electricians. The flathead here gets used for a lot more than just what a screwdriver should get used for. Opening paint cans, prying, everything. I use this. This is one of my most used tools. Is a Milwaukee 11-in-1. It's got the nut drivers on it. I use this every single day. Anytime I walk in somewhere and I need just a few tools, I'll take that. Milwaukee needle nose and channel locks. I've had these for probably 8 years now. I use them every day. They're great. Crimp tool. You cut with them. I crimp on. I'll show you later. Crimp on ends with them. You can do anything with these. They're wonderful. This I like. It's a Coast flashlight, but on the bottom you unscrew it and it just goes into a standard USB charge port. So in the car I can just plug it right into the outlet there where I usually plug in my phone cord. And it is great and it is bright, and I carry it with me a lot. I have a lot of wire strippers. I do a lot of low voltage and a little bit of high voltage. These ones have got nice pliers on the end. You get a good grip with them. These ones I probably use more. They're just small. They're great for high voltage and a little bit of low voltage. But then these ones I probably use more than any of them. These are just a little set of Kleins, and I use them the most because they go down so small. And you can strip individual strands of Cat 5 with these, which I do all the time. They're great for speakers, everything. Just a little scraper tool. It's not a all-in-one painter tool, but it does enough. I don't do a lot of painting. I don't like to paint. File, 4 different roughnesses on it. This is a Walmart stapler. I was working out of town and I ran out of staples, so I went to Walmart. They didn't have the staples I needed, but they had this staple gun, and so I got this and the Hart staples, and I never went back to my other staple gun because this is an amazing staple gun. It really is. I was very surprised. I use this little hacksaw all the time. All the time. I love it. It's the only thing I have that's not fuel. And the reason is that the fuel one is just so much bigger back here. The balance isn't quite right on it. But this non-fuel one, it just balances so well in the hand. And I love it. I actually had a fuel. I didn't like it. I gave it to a coworker. I had one of these before I had the fuel. It fell 25 feet and broke. And so we went back with this. I have this hammer drill that gets used a lot. It's in bad shape. This is a second chuck actually. Brought it in and got a new chuck put on it. It does great. I've got a really big hammer drill for drilling other stuff, but this one works great 95% of the time. On the side here, got some safety glasses. I just like to have them. Little voltage tester. I don't use it that much because I have a meter and I use it more. Over here I got a bunch of pens and Sharpies and alright, over here we got some tape, plumbing, electrical tape. Got a set of Allens, and I use these all the time. They have every size in there that you could ever need. Elkind, I don't know, I've had them for a long time. Somehow I have not lost one yet, which is amazing. I have this old Milwaukee tape measure, and a lot of people say they hate Milwaukee tape measures. I don't know. It's fine. It's a little 16 footer. I don't usually measure things over 16 foot. Alright, in this area here, it's just a giant hole, but it's got, back here, it's got some pouches to hold stuff. I got a holder for screws, so I keep a whole bunch of different size screws in here. And I hate it when things break open, so this will not come open in the package. Alright. I love anything in pouches. So if I see something in pouches, I usually get it. Some bits there. This is a Torx precision screwdriver set with some Torx screwdrivers in it. And this is just a regular precision screwdriver set. I got some flash drives and stuff in there. I always know my flash drives are in there. But I use these a ton. Alright. This is a Klein case. Doesn't have Klein stuff in it, but it just fit everything perfect. I got a little fluke toner in here, and I use it all the time. Alright, this is my meter. It's just a little guy. I've got a different meter with an amp clamp, but this is the one I use every single day. And then I've got these fluke twisty leads on it. So you can make them longer or shorter. It's kind of neat. I don't know. I don't usually use the twisties, but these leads are great. The leads cost as much as the meter. And I got the optional magnetic strap. I use that all the time. I like it. This is a little Fluke 101. I think it's probably their smallest meter, but it is super accurate. I've had it for years and years. It is great. I've probably gone through 2 batteries in 8 years. I hate this thing because I hate plumbing, but you gotta have it. It's a little strap wrench. package of staples to go with the staple gun. This pair of tin snips. They're just Ace Hardware brand. I hadn't needed them one time. I got them there, and they've been in my bag for a long time since because they work good. Oh, conduit cutter. I think I got it from Ace. It's their brand. It works. I always have to get new ones, so. Let's see what else we got here. I love this. It's my Milwaukee bit set. All it has in it is bits. I threw in a bunch of little nut drivers because I need all the sizes all the time, so they just all live in here, even though they don't have a spot. And then I want to replace this. These bits are impossible to get out. I have to use a pair of pliers every time I want to get a bit out of here. It is ridiculous. And then I got to get pliers to shove them back in. But I just haven't yet. And every time I break one, I just go get another one that size because Home Depot sells them individually also. And then I've got a Milwaukee step bit that, I don't know, this one I've actually had for years. And I just take care of it and try not to burn it up, and just keeps going. This is a big bag of wire nuts. I like everything to have a bag because I don't want everything just floating around in the bottom of the bag. I like this a lot. I wish I would have gotten the aluminum one, because this one's a little heavy, but it's a 14-inch Milwaukee pipe wrench. It works really, really well. I kind of want the aluminum one because it's a little bit lighter. But I like this pipe wrench. And a really abused Milwaukee hammer. I use it all the time. It's just the right size for what I need most of the time. I've got a little sledgehammer too if something gets hard to deal with. Whole bunch of blades here. Got a mix of used and new in there. But I don't like to go back out to the car. The facilities I work in are gigantic, and sometimes it's like a 9-minute walk back to the car to go get something. So I just try to have everything in this bag and just roll it in. I do a lot of stuff with data, so Ethernet, coax crimps, punch down tool. That's Klein. That's Klein. This is Ideal. I've had this Ideal one forever. Just a little pair of channel locks. Sometimes you need them. This is really handy sometimes. Cut some drywall and just stab it in there. Got a little crescent wrench. It doesn't get used that much because I've got a whole set of wrenches in this bag too. I'll show you that. It's kind of neat. A lighter, because sometimes you gotta melt heat shrink or start a torch or something. Water tool. Turn the water on. I just have a pack of zip ties, just medium size. In here we got coax and Ethernet and all kinds of connectors. Because I don't want to go back out to the car if I need a phone connector, Ethernet connector. Little valve stem remover. Sometimes with vehicles, sometimes with HVAC. Just gotta have it. A little tiny pry bar that I use a lot. I love this little pry bar. It's not that strong. I've got bigger ones in the car, but just if you need to pry something real quick, it's already in the bag. Container full of pretty much every end you could imagine. Little connectors. I just had this little package for a long time, and I just refill it when I run out. And here we've got a little red thing of security bits, so you can unscrew about anything with that. Just a random wire nut. That's what I really don't enjoy. I've got this little Craftsman pouch, and it's got a pick set in here. It's got all these other bits, but I got it for the picks. Get stuff out of anything with that. Alright, we're getting down to it here. Up here, I got a little temperature gun. And just a little torpedo level. It's got magnets on the bottom. It's nice. It's really nice. I had just a generic one before, but I really like this. Pair of gloves. These are new. My other ones I was working on septic, and they went in the trash. And my favorite blades ever. These are Lennox Gold blades, and they are the best blades ever made. And I use those in this little Milwaukee knife. This is the knife I carry on me all the time. It's got a screwdriver in there. That saves me so much from having to go find a screwdriver because it's always attached to me. I think that's about it. If you want to tell me what on earth I am missing, but I've been using this bag for probably 2 or 3 weeks now, and I think I like it. I do. It is a little heavy to get in and out of the truck, but once you get it down, it just rolls. It's got big wheels. Oh, I got one more thing. This, which good luck finding this, because it took me forever to hunt this down. I've had it for a few years now, but look at this. It is all your sockets up here, and they actually stay. They stay. And then you got wrenches down here. And I replaced all the Craftsman wrenches with gear wrenches. And I like them a lot. I've got the rest of the gear set, but these are the ones I use the most, so I got them in there. And then I just put in a little set of Allens. So you can use some Allens on there, and everything just stays in this little pouch, and this pouch is awesome. I love it. I don't lose anything. Zip it up and you're good to go. I can't believe I almost forgot that. The only thing I don't like about it is it got wet probably 10 times now. So there's cardboard in there and it's kind of warped and weird, but everything stays together and it is awesome. I love it. That's it though. That's all of it. Alright. Let me know what you think. Thanks for checking it out with me.